everyone. This is EMP.Money. This is our live daily AMA and Detonator rollover event. My name is AJ. I am the project lead here at EMP.Money, and welcoming my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. How are you today, my friend?
Couldn't be better, man. Got all my errands done. The weather is as good as it can possibly be. I mean, the perfect sunny day with a nice cool breeze. So yeah, everything's perfect.
Gotta love it, man. Yes, again, we always encourage everybody to take a step back. Don't be so laser focused on the charts, and take time to go outside and enjoy life. And again, with EMP.Money, we're providing a passive income to where you can be on your own schedule, and you don't have to worry about clocking in and clocking out, and enjoying life to the fullest. So awesome, boy. Glad to hear it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Detonator. While I do that, I know you already went over it in Telegram, but real fast, can you just give everybody a breakdown on how we're going to handle questions and comments after the
Yeah,
AMA? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
during the AMA.
absolutely.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Like you're all over the place before the AMA, after the
Yeah, I
AMA,
know,
or
brother.
whatever.
I know.
Sometime later, when you guys are sleeping, AJ will get in your house and whisper in your ear.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. We can charge for that. So, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Bo.
Yeah. So AJ is going to talk about the detonator, all the parts of it, how it kind of fits into the ecosystem, how it works. Then you'll usually go into your news segment, and then after that, that's when you'll answer questions. I will either call on somebody who has their hand raised, and I'll DM you to let you know that it's your turn to speak. Or I'll read questions from Discord or in the Telegram channel. So always just check your DMs if you have your hands up. I do see you always. I message everybody that I see, and a lot of people I don't think are listening or notice that I send them DMs. So or something like that. But that's the way it works.
All right, perfect, brother. And speaking of Detonator, we always kick off our AMAs and our daily YouTube cast here with Detonator. So Detonator is our pride and joy, our shining light in the DeFi space, what is turning out to be one of the most sustainable and fastest growing ROI contract in all of Binance Smart Chain, if not all of DeFi, period. Things are looking extremely healthy. We're already at 67,262 LP. We've already had some amazing last minute or not so last minute volume. We already have a 256 LP sniper. So a lot of you probably have already seen a massive jump in your instant rewards. Again, usually that happens within the last 3 or 4 seconds. But because they went early today, you should see it. And again, that's why it's important to compound after that daily volume to maximize your rewards. Even if you're not able to compound and get those instant rewards, those still go into the pool balance. So again, it's very sustainable, and you get those rewards eventually. It's just based on time. So we're at 3,053 total users in Detonator, which again, not only does that show the amazing growth that we've had so far, but it also illustrates how early we all are here. I mean, this contract could be at 10, 20, 100,000 users over the next year. So that's really, really powerful. And so what is Detonator? So Detonator is a daily ROI contract where you deposit LP tokens. Half of that is EMP, half of that is Ethereum. If you don't know how to create an LP, that's okay. You can just hit Zap In, which is a button down there next to deposit. That will create the LP token for you. And then another window will pop up to deposit it into Detonator. Now, you have to understand those funds are locked, so it's a way for the protocol to create locked liquidity, which means you will not be able to withdraw those funds. But in return, we give you a 365% ROI on that money. So it's not necessarily 1% a day. It can be less than that. Just based on daily volume and instant rewards, that number fluctuates quite heavily. However, the 365 is what we're guaranteeing, as long as there's funds in the contract. So it is a game, theoretically. If the pool balance drains and there's no funds to pay out, then then it wouldn't work. But we've done everything that we possibly can to avoid that. We're seeing the proof in the pudding, so to speak. We have about 10 different mechanisms that make Detonator special. It's a Frankenstein of pretty much every other ROI contract that has been successful, all rolled into one. So right now there's just under $4 million in the contract. And that has been growing every single day for the last 2 months. So things are looking really good. Again, the idea is that you want to compound more than you claim, because you're actually able to ROI faster by compounding your principal and then claiming 1 or 2 times a week, just like a paycheck. And if you do claim, because we're transacting in LP tokens, half of that is actual Ethereum, so you can break it apart, keep that Ethereum, and not have to sell EMP, because selling EMP is a last resort for the protocol. Or you could just claim those LPs and put them into one of our auto vaults or into our farm and continue to earn on those LPs. So there's many ways to ROI and to profit in the ecosystem, depending on your preferences, and regardless of 1% a day, or even if it was half that, that doesn't account for the actual dollar value, because we're transacting in LP tokens. When and if Ethereum doubles or triples in price, then your ROI would be a double or triple in terms of a dollar value. So that's really an important concept. And real fast, Bo, you want to talk about our largest deposit and the lottery prizes? We got about 3 minutes. Go ahead, bro.
Absolutely. So, like the contract here, Detonator caters to both a whale and a little minnow, right? Because only one ticket is the winner in the random lottery, and that random lottery ticket, or kind of a golden ticket, if you will, it is going to win that same prize as somebody who does a large snipe. Right now, currently the largest snipe, or the largest deposit, the same thing as a sniper, is $15,000. So the winner is going to take home $39,000 at this moment. But that's not just the largest depositor. That is the random lottery winner as well. And to get that one ticket, all you need is 0.15 LP or $8.72. And it's lossless. You're going to earn 365 on that. And there's multiples of different strategies to maximize like your impact and kind of increase your chances to have a better opportunity at winning that lottery, that random ticket, if you will, that random golden ticket. And what else do we got here? So the largest sniper, right, is the person who deposits the most, the largest in that 24-hour time period. Those snipers are competing for this big prize of $39,000 right now. And what that ends up doing is actually rewarding everybody that's in the contract, both the treasury and every participant in Detonator, because a percentage of their snipe, if you will, or deposit, goes into the contract to feed the balance, so that this is around not just tomorrow, but next year and hopefully in 5 years.
Perfect, Bull. Absolutely. And again, I think there's a lot of misconceptions. That pool balance, we're giving away not only 1% to the top depositor, but also 1% to the lottery winner. So it's not split. Those are 2 separate 1% pools. Right. And so that's approximately $80,000 that we're giving away every day. No other protocol can do that or even comes close. And the reason we're able to do that is because when you win those lotteries, they're not claimable and you're not able to dump on all of our heads. So it makes the contract more sustainable. But in turn, you're able to ROI on those winnings. So you get, that amount over a longer period of time, which again makes the contract even more sustainable. So, all right, here we go. We have 1 minute left. Make sure you're compounding last minute. Again, not financial advice, but to maximize your tickets, you would also want to be depositing at least 7.5 LP daily to get a full 100 tickets, 50 from compounding and 50 from fresh deposits, because winning that lottery could be life-changing. So here we go. Pool balance is already at all-time high, and we have not seen another sniper. So 67,518 LPs. Let's see how high we can go. Good luck, everyone. 30 seconds.
8,800 tickets at the moment, so I think we're going to crack 9,000 today.
Awesome. Another all-time high in tickets as well. That is an amazing sign of growth. Here we go. 20 seconds. Will that 256 hold up? Let's see. Good luck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 401 at the last minute. 0. Will that take it? Is there a double snipe or a triple snipe? We'll have to look on chain. Man.
9,200 tickets. That's a record.
A new all-time high in tickets as well. Amazing, bull. Let me go ahead and let the contract update. I'll refresh, and then we will regroup here. Man, another incredible day at EMP.Money. Holy shit. All right, let me refresh.
Here we go. Click that. Look here. Look at BSB scan. 401 is the winner.
All right, 401 took it. They snuck in right at the end. Again, that's the part of our game theory. You want to make sure you at least deposit early enough that you're guaranteed to get your transaction in, because you do run the risk of actually missing the block time to where your deposit would go to the next day. And some people are to the point where they just want to get their funds into Detonator. They know that they may not win the largest depositor prize, but they want to get in as soon as they can, and so that's what we're seeing, a lot more daily volume in regards to that. So congrats to the winner. If you were the sniper or one of the random lottery winners, we'd love to hear from you. We had a lot of special guests on the line yesterday that were previous lottery winners, so you know that it's happening transparently. Again, Detonator is closed source, but we do that to protect the contract, and we also do that too because we know the value of what Detonator brings, and we are the only people in crypto that have a Detonator. So it's a code base that Jake, our lead developer, built from scratch, and it's proving to be one of the most incredible tools in our arsenal. So right on, Bull. Anything you want to add about Detonator? Another amazing day, 68,208 LP, an all-time high again. I know you said tickets were an all-time high as well, and even with Ethereum being under 1,800, we're still at almost $4 million in the contract. So, yeah, go ahead, Bull.
Yeah, beefy. Yeah, so, one of the great advantages of Detonator here is it's LP, right? It's not one token, it's two. One that's paired to Ethereum and Ethereum. And, why is that important? Me personally, I'm an ETH maxi. I think Ethereum is the best token. It's the highest utility token in the space. And the sky is the limit for Ethereum because it's the king. A lot of people tell you Bitcoin is, but I'll tell you Ethereum is. Do I know when Ethereum is going to go up? No. Do I believe Ethereum is going to go up to the up and to the right? Yeah, 100%. And so that's the strength here, in the protocol is the tying to Ethereum, right? And as a lot of people said, that it's a brilliant pairing. Why? Because the sky is the limit for Ethereum, and when you create an ecosystem around Ethereum and you pair with it, you create a very powerful union between those two things. And with Ethereum having such a high upside, like, I don't want to say just EMP is there for the ride, but ETH is an up and to the right rocket. And so if we got a seat on that rocket ship with EMP in the EMP section, I'm more than happy to ride this sucker to outer space, because I believe in the future of crypto, and I believe the future is Ethereum.
Absolutely, well said, Bull. And again, whether or not you're an ETH maxi like all of us are, you're able to still earn in the protocol no matter what the market does. And we have seen that in action over the last 2 weeks, or really over the last month. I mean, Bull coined the Mother's Day massacre when we saw, crypto drop by, 20, 30% in a matter of 2 days and continue to go down. But we held strong. Again, EMP and ETH were still fairly steady, and as long as you're heavily weighted into the farms or detonator, you can earn and not really have to worry about the market. Again, will there be short-term price dips? Absolutely, but if you have a long-term mindset and are willing to stay in the protocol and earn through the farm and our APRs, then you're able to actually outpace. No matter what entry point you got into EMP. Right now EMP is 45 cents because ETH is down, and that is a better entry than more than half of the people that have already, 2 or 3x'd in the protocol, and that's just because they've been here and are not looking to trade EMP or jump in and out of the protocol. They get in the farms, they earn ESHAREs, and then they use those ESHAREs to responsibly take profit, pair up with fresh EMP, and continue to build their positions. So it's really amazing, and again, I didn't really touch on, EMP or what we are. I usually talk about that in the beginning. We are a seigniorage protocol, which is basically a fancy word for controlled inflation. It's what most governments and traditional fiat currencies have functioned on for hundreds and thousands of years. But we apply that to the blockchain and have it in a much more responsible manner to where all of us get the rewards of being, a centralized bank, so to speak, rather than large corporations and governments. So the economics are very different here, and it's one of the only protocols that you don't have to worry about somebody buying your token from you at a higher price or your NFT at a higher price to be able to profit. You can profit through the yield in the farms and again, earning E-shares. So yeah, really exciting stuff. All right, Bull, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my notes and my announcements, and then we will take some questions. So give me 1 minute, guys.
Yep, no problem. So you were talking about, like, when is that good time to get into EMP? I'm happy to tell everybody, you know, I've learned as I go, like anybody here can. There's nothing special about me other than that I'm consistent and I'm diligent and I show up and I do. And everybody can do that. And I have no shame in telling anybody and everybody here, I bought an EMP at $12. You know why? Because I didn't know what was going on and I learned. And once I saw like how the project worked, I said, oh, I better learn how to figure out how these things work. And the great thing about crypto is, and this protocol is, you have time. You just have to invest the time to learn, invest in yourself, and believe, and then take the time, to kind of put all that together. And then once you have that light bulb moment, it's a really powerful thing, because you're going to go from a student to a teacher, and then you're going to understand that even if you've made a bad entry, it doesn't matter, as long as you're actively participating in the system, learning and figuring out how to maximize your opportunity from then. Nobody is going to make a perfect decision every single time, but if you're educated, you're going to make better decisions moving forward.
Absolutely, Bull. Great recap, brother. And It's true. I mean, people are not really familiar with tomb forks or seigniorage protocols or the sort of economics that we built here. And we've built a true ecosystem. We spoke about this a few AMAs ago. You know, people that come from a traditional finance background, or even those that are familiar with crypto, they think that EMP, creates a yield through, some sort of smoke and mirrors, or lending our crypto out, or a trading bot that nobody can confirm or deny. Well, we don't do any of that. It's really EMP has created an ecosystem that gives inherent value to eShares, and because there's always a value to eShare, we can give those as a reward token, and there's always that built-in demand. And by doing that, we create this symbiotic relationship between EMP and eShare, that keeps the system healthy and moving forward. So I do want to touch on that in a minute. Let me just give some quick updates. So today's a little bit light on alpha and updates. We are still working extremely diligently on the new UI. We are going to be a little bit delayed on that. We want the UI to be perfect, and again, we want to deliver on everything that we said we were with future analytics, and making it into something really special. So we are working on scaling. Jake has been busting his ass trying to link everything up. We're purposely, cautious on who we allow access to do all of the actual blockchain integration, and right now that's only Jake, just from a security standpoint. But we are looking to bring on other developers. Again, we hired a full team to do the UI. They did an amazing job. Now we're hiring another back-end developer to again help Jake link things without being a security risk as well, because Jake has the final say, and they're not able to do anything without Jake again monitoring that. So again, just trying to keep everybody in the loop. I know we've said 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, but we're getting really close. And once that new UI is released, we'll be updating our academy. We'll be having an entirely new social media push, because all the YouTubers that have been covering us will want to update everybody on the UI, and that's all part of our strategy. I mean, the UI is really important from a functionality standpoint, but it also gives everybody a reason to talk about EMP again, and we always want to be, giving people a reason to talk about EMP. So really important concepts. All right, so that's kind of alpha for today. We're working on all that. I'm happy to answer any questions in the AMA if there's other alpha that you want an update on. And so before we get into questions, I hate to put her on the spot here, but Bull LA and I had a nice conversation, and LA brought up an amazing point in regards to Detonator. So, LA, or I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you want to just kind of go over what you said to Bull over the last night? And if you're not comfortable, Bull can jump in as well. But I think what you said about Detonator is a really important concept for people to understand.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best. I sent Bull that message because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to explain it super
Yeah.
clearly.
No, you did amazing.
I
That's
thought you
why.
might do a better job.
No, for sure. So go ahead. We'll help you through it.
Okay, so
Lady doesn't need any help. Let me tell you, she is super smart. So.
That's the honest to God truth.
So I thought of this today when I was transcribing one of this past week's AMAs, and there was a question about the daily burst and how when you have a lot of volume coming into the detonator, how over time, if you are not depositing a lot, how your daily burst can go down unless you're able to keep up with that volume through deposits. And so there was a whole discussion on that AMA about that. And just some wheels got ticking in my head. And I started to think about it because I'm invested in another project with a slightly similar contract. Obviously, there's nothing in the world like Detonator that compares and is anywhere near as good, but I'm invested in another project with something slightly similar where you're able to either compound or claim a daily amount. And I got to thinking about it. And the thing is with Detonator is that it really doesn't matter what your daily burst is at the end of the day. Those of us who are going to make a ton of money at EMP are the ones with a long-term mindset. And people who come in who are just chasing APRs are not going to deposit into Detonator because Detonator is a long-term play, right? Your money's locked. So the daily burst really doesn't matter with Detonator because it actually can be a really good thing for you. And what I thought of is basically this. In the other project that I'm invested in and some of the similar ones, what happens is because the tokens are not pegged to ETH, they're tokens that actually depreciate in value over time, or not necessarily, but they've been known to depreciate over time. What happens is all of the participants in the contract are all almost competing to see who can drain the contract or who can withdraw quicker because the value of the token is going down. So in that case, you'd want your burst to be as high as possible because you want to be able to take out as much as you can, because in a month from now, 6 months from now, every time you withdraw, that LP is worth less than it was a month ago. It's worth less than it was 6 months ago. But the thing is with the Detonator is that the daily burst and even the 20% claim tax, all of that only determines how long it takes to ROI. But at the end of the day, you're always going to get your 365%. And what I thought about today is if your daily burst goes down because of extra volume in the Detonator, it's actually a really positive thing, not a negative thing. And it for two reasons. One, because that means that the health of the Detonator is extremely, extremely, extremely healthy because we're getting lots and lots of new volume, which means this is going to be an extremely sustainable contract, and it's going to go on potentially for years, which means that if your daily burst goes down and it takes you slightly longer to 365% ROI, you have a longer period of time for the price of ETH to appreciate and appreciate and appreciate, which means that you have the potential to far more than 365% ROI because your daily burst went down, because there's more volume coming into the contract.
Incredible,
Freaking
LA.
amazing.
Yeah, incredible. So, and when you wrote this message or the audio of it, I was like, man, LA gets it. Like, I was so impressed. And yeah, I mean, we try to do a good job explaining these concepts, but sometimes, we're so involved.
I'm retiring right now. I've been replaced.
Yeah, exactly, Bull. Look out, man. You got competition. But yeah, LA, you killed it, and that was a really great, concise explanation. Again, mic drop for sure. But so again, and kind of to again put what LA said in a really simple perspective is, so you guys always hear about how, man, I wish I would have been able to buy Bitcoin at $10 or $20. And so as Bitcoin was appreciating, the hardest part on that was not selling Bitcoin at $100, at $200, at $1,000, at $10,000. The fact that you would have to actually be diamond-handed enough to hold that Bitcoin to get to those insane numbers, to really realize, your multi-million-dollar profit, that is the hard part. And so when we say Detonator turns, paper handlers into diamond handlers, that is the exact concept we mean in regards to ETH. So again, ETH right now is $2,000, but if you're compounding in a year from now, ETH could be 10 grand, and 2 or 3 years from now, ETH could be 100 grand. So imagine being able to automatically be a diamond hander through Detonator to where you're forced to basically get your return over a very long period of time. That the actual dollar value is actually insane. And so again, on top of inflation and everything else, your dollar value is just going to be worth so much more as the contract grows. So and as ETH appreciates. So yeah, amazing concept. LA, again, you're killing it, and we'll have to clip that video and make a video on the YouTube page of that alone. I think would be very helpful. So, Bull, you want to add anything? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally appreciate that explanation.
For sure. All right.
Get the pun?
Appreciate it.
Exactly. The dad jokes. Bull, always with the dad jokes. So, yeah, for sure, Bull. But yeah, you want to add to that? Or, yeah, I mean, LA pretty much killed it. So, I don't know if there's anything to add, but.
Just one thing there to tie on to that, amazing just explanation. Yes, Kitty. One of the amazing things really about Detonator is that concept to turn paper hands to diamond hands, right? And it's not just a process that could happen within the Detonator. When you see that balance growing, right? And you see it growing as you're compounding day after day after day after day. I think when you look at your farm, I think people look at it a little differently. If you have a split screen, if we can just look at it like in this light, right? If you have Detonator on one page, the farm on the other page, and you see if you started out with an equal amount in both the farm and the Detonator, and you compounded every day, in the Detonator, and you sold every day out of your farm, and you see your Detonator growing, you're looking at the left page, it's the Detonator. You're looking at the right side of your screen, and it's your farm. And yes, the APRs on those two things are different. However, if you see that Detonator balance growing, you're like, well, why is that growing so much faster? It could be a matter of a couple different things, but ultimately, I think the Detonator might actually train people to be better investors in the farm. When they look at the Detonator and the growth inside the Detonator, I think people are adapting or changing their strategy so that it's more Detonator-esque, if you will, within the farm to build up that farm to say, okay, look, I want to build the Detonator up, but I also want to build up my farm so my farm looks like my Detonator. And to have some type of parity between the two, like a little race between the two. And it is slowly conditioning people to be more diamond-handed in the farm and understand that EMP is a utility token. And why in the world, would people be taking profit right now? And it's not a judgment if people need it in their life, that, that's fine. But why, if you believe that ETH is going to be, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 at the end of this year, why wouldn't you just be compounding like mad and building that LP in your farm and the Detonator so that when that time comes, your LP in both the Detonator and the farm have grown to such a tremendous position, and the LP isn't $56, it's $156 or $356. I think that's really the key to look at, is like growing that LP day after day after day. And Couch used to talk about this quite extensively early on in the AMAs about, taking profit when the LP value was high. And then compounding like crazy when it's low, just compound. But if you have a fluid, strategy of where, okay, LP's low. I'm just going to keep compounding when it's low, and then when ETH starts going on its run, plan for profit then. And I don't remember who said it yesterday, but sacrificing that coffee or that indulgent treat you have that's $10, $15, $20 a day. Wouldn't you rather be able to put that in the detonator, take a chance at the lottery, and or put it in the farm, and then just grow that into something that's more substantial in 6 months? And for me, I'm just going to say one quick story, and I know I've been going on a little bit too much, but when I started, in crypto, I started, with nothing. I started with a mining rig that cost me $1,000. My goal every day was to trade, to arbitrage, because the system, there were no DEXs, but exchanges were really, really cheap to get in and out of. I wanted to make $20 in increased value every day. My friends used to give me a hard time and laugh at me and tell me, "You're so stupid for sitting around your computer all day long for $20. I was doing that when Bitcoin, was $900 and $1,000 for a Bitcoin. So those $20 days today are $600 days because Bitcoin is 30,000. And that's the way I approach every ecosystem I'm in. And I'm only in EMP right now. And I look at okay, everything here is cheap. What can I do to maximize the opportunity I have right now to grow that and to make sure that, I don't have idle resources sitting from other projects that, are just sitting, losing value, even though they might be good projects. Reevaluate your portfolio and say, what can you do with money that's just losing value? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it seems obvious if you have something that's going red and down, and then you have another portfolio that's going up and to the right and it's green, maybe it's time to do a little bit of reevaluation. But that's it.
Amazing, absolutely, Bull. And again, I mean, the economics of Detonator are just so superior to many other things, and the most, in my eyes, the most superior thing, which again I know frustrates a lot of people, but literally has not been done in any other protocol, is our daily time frame. We avoid the prisoner's dilemma of everybody just, compound. We say how, expensive ETH is going to be, eventually, and then everybody gets in the trap of compounding, and then, somebody is in the background draining a contract all along. Well, because we have that 24-hour window, there is literally no possible way, for somebody to accumulate a lot of LP tokens and rewards, and then dump on all of us, and lower the pool while we're all continuing to compound. So that is so bullish because it basically allows us to measure the outflow, the largest possible outflow of Detonator on a daily basis, even if 100 people or 100% of people were claiming every day, the pool balance would still, and that would never happen, but even if it did, the pool balance would still be able to, go down at a very controlled rate. And then we can implement the multiplier and other levers that we can pull in the background to get new income coming in to Detonator when and if that ever happens. So it really is, and again, it's Detonator is a game, it's not an annuity, but really, I mean, it does turn into a glorified savings account, with your LP tokens, if you have a long-term mindset. So, again, there is risk with everything. This is not a financial instrument. It is a game, but there are a lot of similarities with other, economic models that have been proven. So, yeah, awesome. All right, that's an amazing deep dive. I really wanted to go over that early in the AMA so that everybody could hear all of that. We are actually toying with the idea of switching around the schedule of the AMA. It seems like we get a lot more engagement on the AMA earlier, and so we're probably going to start the AMAs an hour earlier and end with the detonator event rather than starting with detonator. So that gives everybody a reason to stick around and hear all of the amazing alpha and news and questions. Shout out to Jesse for that suggestion. I think it would be amazing, and it'll allow all of our European friends to join in an hour earlier. So we're probably going to try that out next week. We'll see how that does, starting our AMAs an hour earlier, ending with detonator, and then doing a community ran AMA after that. So that way I'm not on for 2 or 3 hours at a time. So all right, awesome. Bull, you want to go ahead and take some questions, or go ahead, bro?
Yeah, where did Jesse go? He had his hand raised. Sometimes he's got that flaky internet that just busts out, but
Yeah.
there.
There he is. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, brother, there he is. So yeah, man, I loved your suggestion, bro. Tell everybody what your thought process was on that.
Well, listen. I think you pretty much covered it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You know why we have the massive engagement, because a lot of people are just sitting around the TG waiting for the AMA to start. They could already be in the AMA.
100%, brother. So yeah, great suggestion, right, man. You're always coming with the fire, bro. Hell yeah.
Yo, listen. How about what LA said about the daily burst?
Bro.
I mean, I think as time goes on,
yes,
and it starts to dawn on people that, you know what I'm saying, it's like paying a small portion to further ensure that you're going to get your 365.
Absolutely, bro.
I have zero problem, contributing to that, and at the end of the day, you don't lose nothing. Your 365 is still in the contract. It's beautiful. But look, how lucky are we? How lucky are we to have it's super low amount of girls in DeFi? How lucky are we to have the smart ones we have?
I know, bro.
Over here
we pride ourselves on our female engagement, and we do. We have the best looking and the smartest females in crypto here at EMP.Money. I'll go out on a limb and say that, brother, for sure.
Yeah, listen, and I absolutely agree with that, because I couldn't do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They bring so much to the table. They're dope. They're super dope. But yeah, I love the detonator contract.
Uh-oh. We lost him. Jesse, where you at? Oh, Bull.
Got it.
Okay, yep.
Listen.
There he is. Go ahead,
I
bro.
had that, my bad. I be moving around outside, smoking and shit. Yeah, I had that aha moment, the light bulb moment go off on me on, how the detonator is built and how it actually works and how I'm getting paid out and why I'm getting paid out. And I talked about on the AMA when I had that light bulb moment. And it's impressive as shit to me. I love the detonator.
Yes, brother, no doubt. Well, we hope everybody has that light bulb moment eventually. And I know a lot of people are starting to get the light bulb moment when it comes to farms. So, again, you do a great job explaining that. Jesse, you want to do a quick rundown on, why you want to be heavily in the farms?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, if there's too many people too heavily weighted in the boardroom, first of all, they're producing too much EMP. Tell me what you're going to do with it, because if nodes is your answer, you just quadrupled your problem. You know what I'm saying? So, it's really important to be in the farms weighted properly, so the EMP you're producing, you can create LP. I mean, the ESHARE you produce out of the farms, you can create LP with it. But that's not the most important part. Like, you got to understand that if you take, if you're heavily weighted into the farms, well, now you're growing ESHARE. So the ESHARE you're growing, you're gonna end up with a much larger boardroom than if you just buy into the boardroom right now. So, mathematically, you want to earn the most. It's what I believe is going to be the most valuable token you can earn. I mean, first of all, we have a lifespan to how much of it's going to be produced. So I know it's attractive to create EMP, but it's important to grow the profit taking token, because not only is it going to be worth a fuck ton and it goes up and down, and you could time your sales, you could take profit when ESHARE goes up. You don't have to instantly sell it. But if you're growing it, then you have the option to always, you know, if you have nodes going, you can pair with that. If you want to take a little profit, you can take a little profit. And as this grows, you know what I mean, that little bit of profits is a lot of profit. And a lot of nodes being paired. And you know, a lot of LP coming out of the detonator going into your farm. You know what I'm saying? If you run that strategy, the amount of ESHARE you're going to end up with running this cycle is going to be at a certain amount. So you always want to focus on growing your ESHARE. I mean, your bag can only buy so much, you know, unless you're going to be a bad actor and go against the system and produce a whole bunch of EMP to buy ESHARE. But all you're going to do is turn your boardroom off. You're going to be the creator of your own pain. So, you know, you always want to be heavily weighted in the farms. And then when we have the natural cycle of EMP's economy having enough EMP right now to sustain it and it can't handle no more, and the boardroom shuts off on you, you're still farming away. You're still earning a paycheck.
100%.
So financial advice, man. Be heavy in the farms. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to LA, man. I definitely love to hear something like that, because you know what I mean, like it's something that I already see. You know what I'm saying? I do my math by the increase of what I think Ethereum is going to be, and that's super nutty. so make sure you go hit her Medium, give out them claps, all them claps. Everybody in our community that's content creators, make sure you go out your way to show them love by clicking it. It'll benefit you in the detonator, and also the people that don't engage with us as a community yet. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like their shit. Hopefully get them over here, be part of the community. Shout out to you, AJ, my boy Bull. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.
All right, Jesse. Awesome, bro. Love you, man. And that was DeFi dinner time with Jesse, and that is financial advice. Right on, brother. No, I love it. And yeah, man, no doubt. Shout out to all the content creators as well. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the segment here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on our own YouTube channel. First and foremost, we're growing by about 20 or 30 people a day on YouTube, which is really a great sign. That's all free advertising for us. But on top of that, you know, take about 10 minutes out of your day to type in EMP.Money into the YouTube search and look at like the top, you know, 5 videos of the day of EMP, and we're getting some incredible coverage. We just had another video with Austin Clark. We're working on another update video with James Pelton. We're becoming his #1 project again from a monetary standpoint. And so we have a lot in the works with all of our social media coverage. And yeah, it's as simple as, you know, liking their video, you know, telling them that you're part of you know, you're an emperor and why you love EMP, and you know, sharing that with the rest of the community. So that's a really great way to help your bags without any financial injection. So yeah, shout out to you, Jesse. Thanks, brother. All right, Bull, we got more. Go ahead, man.
Yep, this one is from Zen Sports on YouTube. Why would Detonator not be around in 5 years? I think that's in response to, you know, my comment that it early on.
Yeah, I think that's a rhetorical question too. I know Zen Sports, Jacob, we have an amazing relationship with them. They're part of our esports division. We're doing a lot more advertising on esports. We run a weekly Axie Infinity tournament as well as Splinterlands. Again, it's something I don't talk about nearly as much as I should, just because we have so much going on. But we have a lot of engagement on that front, so definitely go check out Zen Sports and all that we're doing. We have a dedicated channel in Discord for that. But yeah, I mean, again, I think it was a rhetorical question. I mean, with anything in crypto, you know, there is that risk. I mean, tomorrow there could be a black swan event, you know, where crypto goes down another 90% in one day. You just never know. So, and we're always exposed to that risk. This is the wild, wild west. But again, I mean, instead of asking why won't it be around in 5 years, or why could it not be? Instead, let's look at, what we've done to ensure that it is sustainable. And, that is why, again, like I said earlier, combining about 10 different successful mechanisms from other ROI contracts, the fact that, we have whale taxes, the daily rollover where, you have to either compound or claim, or those rewards go back into the pool. The fact that we incentivize daily volume from those snipers and people that want to accumulate their tickets every day. We have every mechanism possible to continue to drive traffic. And, what would happen would be, the only thing that could really hurt us is new volume coming into Detonator. But luckily, again, we're only at 3,000 users, so the new volume coming in, we have almost unlimited upside potential on that. I mean, Drip has 100,000 users, so there's no reason the Detonator could not eventually get to that point. And I can't even fathom the pool balance when we have that many daily active users. Not to mention what that would do for us from a ranking standpoint. Again, I said it yesterday, but we're already number 5 in all of Binance Smart Chain based on daily active users because you're forced to come to Detonator every day. And so that helps with our ranking. And the only other protocols getting more volume than us as far as users on a daily basis is exchanges. So that just shows, again, the amazing power that we have here. And I wanted to mention too something. So somebody asked about revenue streams a few AMAs ago, and one thing I totally forgot to mention was our Detonator ad space. So right now it's Taco Finance. That banner at the top of Detonator, people pay a lot of money to be there with us. So that is a fresh capital revenue stream into the treasury that will continue to feed Detonator indefinitely. So I forgot to mention that for sure. So, Bull, does that help clarify some things? Anything else you're going to add?
Yeah, and you're right. I'm sure that's Jacob, and it's a rhetorical question because he asked to compare Drip to Detonator, and so obviously we did that part of it. And my tongue-in-cheek comment was really more or less like nobody can predict the future, so that's why I never speak with certainty about the future, because nobody knows what the future holds. We only know what's happening right now in the present, and that's why I talk about, I worry about what if, I only worry about what is, but that's a whole nother story. So I did want to mention one thing about, potentially, how new users in the future get onboarded into Detonator. So I read a lot of news articles, specifically crypto or financial related or technology related, and a lot of people, might say something about regulation being bad for the space, and it could be, but I look at it as a benefit to bring in a lot more people who are uncomfortable with crypto, are unfamiliar with it, and for new developers to come in and give us new mechanisms, because everybody that's in crypto knows it's hard to get money in and it's hard to get it out. And I read an article today about Apple and Apple's new wallet, and Apple becoming a financial technology or a fintech company. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if through the click of Apple Pay or Google Pay, I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know if it's called Apple Pay, but the point is if with the touch of the button on your phone, you could import, $8 right into Detonator and get a ticket. I think that would be an incredible, easy way to onboard new users. And, instead of having to run around and tell a million people, they're just bringing in new people into the space through an easy way to invest, right? And to click into something and, not have to jump through a lot of hurdles, because we know how difficult in crypto it is to get money in, to get it out, how taxes work. Like nobody really, like it's kind of guesswork when you go to an accountant how your taxes are going to work. And this isn't to scare anybody, but it's a crypto is a hard place to navigate around in. And I look at it like, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if in the future, regulation could solve that problem and bring, millions and millions of new users into crypto with just the click of a button on their phone. I mean, talk about an incredible way to onboard users. Like there it is right there.
Totally. And again, brother, I think regulation is coming, and we're prepared for that. I mean, we're not a security. We never did a pre-sale. You hear me preach all the time not to have expectations of profit from the work of others. We just launched this code on the internet that truly built an actual economy, and there's no laws against building an economy, especially if people believe in the value of EMP and ETH. We're not selling anything here. So that's a really important thing. And I have some of the most amazing accountants in crypto. We have a legal team that we can call on when the time is right. So when all that happens, EMP will be mainstream, and we have every intention of following through on all that. Again, I'm doxxed. We're not going anywhere. And even with regulation, we can do regulation right. And when that happens, I think we're going to see an inflow of capital like we have never seen in our lives. Especially institutional investments. It really can become the next financial sector, crypto will be. So, again, really exciting stuff. And again, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. You all, I don't have to convince any of you on the power of crypto. It's just really powerful. So, and real fast, Bill, not to change subjects, but Demi, are you here, brother? We have an AMA tomorrow, correct? Do you want to just give everybody an update on that? I hate to put you on the spot.
Yeah, AJ loves to put me on the spot.
I know, bro. I do all the time, man. Go ahead, Demi.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a Twitter space with Travladd, okay? And if you guys don't know who Travladd is, you'll see tomorrow. But very big influencer. He's been in the space for a very long time. So definitely will bring a lot of eyeballs to EMP, I believe.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Yeah, man. Again, you always do good even when I put you on the spot. So Demi's been really hard at work helping me with some partnerships. And again, one of those is Travladd. We did an original AMA with him in the very, very beginning, and we saw some great volume. And now I think once we can prove the track record that EMP has had with him and his community, we could see a lot of volume tomorrow. So again, financial advice. Just make sure that you join us over there on that Twitter space. It's my first Twitter space too, so bear with me. You guys might have to help me out, but Demi and I will both be there, and hopefully the rest of you can join us. So yeah, that's another really bullish bit of news that I didn't go over earlier, and that's scheduled for, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern. Does that sound right, Demi?
Yes, that sounds correct.
All right, perfect. And we'll post the link, everybody, to that as well. Make sure you're following all of our socials, our official socials, to keep up to date with that. So, all right, awesome. Shout out to you, Demi. Thanks for all the hard work. Again, one of our core team members that's been here from day one. So, all right, Bull, go ahead, brother. We got more questions?
Yep, we do, of course. Just bear with me for 2 seconds. I had to go unlock the door. So this is from Rob. Sorry, Rob. 99 Ways Crypto. Question: is the price action of ESHARE in any way tied to the price of ETH LP? For example, if ESHARE is downtrending, would we also see the EMP LP follow a similar pattern in parallel?
So that's a really good question. I know, again, I keep putting people on the spot here, but Matiu, are you available, brother? again, our internal math wizard or math magician, he does an amazing job explaining the correlation between eShare value and EMP value or ETH value. So yeah, Matiu, you wanna take that one?
Yeah, no problem. So it's not necessarily eShare doesn't dictate the price of EMP. It's more so the other way around. ETH and EMP, the value of them will have an impact on the value of eShare. So in multiple ways, because eShare, if you think of eShare, eShare's value is derived from one, its ability and consistency to be able to print in the boardroom. So, stake your eShares, and if the boardroom's printing all the time, eShares value will be higher. But two, it's also derived from not just the number of EMP tokens emitted into the boardroom, but the value of those EMP tokens emitted. And the value of the EMP token is directly related to the value of ETH. So if you think eShare value is directly related to how many EMP is getting distributed in the boardroom per eShare, and the value of EMP at that particular point in time, that's how EMP itself dictates or impacts the value of eShare, not the other way around.
Awesome. Yep, there you go. So that was a great explanation. Short and sweet. While we have you, Matiu, anything else you want to elaborate on?
Yeah, you're mute.
Oh, I'm muted. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Oh, that would help, right? Thanks for interrupting me, everybody. I do that all the time. So, yeah, great explanation, Matiu. While we have you here, brother, anything else you want to elaborate on? Or, I don't know if there's any other math related questions, Bull, that you can find real fast? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll talk a little bit about market movements and the great thing about the EMP ecosystem. So, the last couple of weeks has been a bit of a roller coaster in terms of market movements, ups and downs, and we've got potential things like inflation numbers coming out soon. But to the flip side of that, I know Ethereum is today's the day they do their upgrade on their Ropsten public testnet, which is a really important milestone on the way to them to be able to release or merge over to Ethereum 2.0, which is now announced for August. But the news, the market, it's an up and down market. It's crypto. But the great thing about EMP ecosystem is that we can't control what happens to the market outside of that. But the great thing about the ecosystem is we actually have a large amount of control over our ability to stay above PEG. Because all that needs to happen is that we need to manage our EMP emissions in the boardroom in a way that we maintain a PEG of 1.01. So whether we buy EMP to get into the ecosystem or increase our investment in the ecosystem, we're buying EMP with fresh capital. That will drive the value of EMP up and push us above the 1.01. That's one way to do it. And the flip side is not to drop us below that particular point. It's just the smart investment of EMP in the ecosystem, not selling it, reinvesting it in the ecosystem. Both of those things, whether you're buying EMP or reinvesting productively in the ecosystem, is under your control. And because it's under your control, that means the PEG and how far above PEG we are is also under your control. It's under our control, really, as a community. So whatever the market is doing, as long as we stay above 1.01, what you'll see is you'll continually see EMP being printed in the boardroom, giving value to eShare. And with the value to eShare, that will then translate into the farm APRs, because the farm APRs are based on the value of eShare, because that's what they emit. They emit eShare. And what you'll also find is if our consistency to print, so our consistency to be above PEG, will inherently continue to grow the value of eShares, which will continue to grow the value being emitted in the farm, because every time we print, it's based on a percentage of the circulating supply. What the amount of EMP emitted into the boardroom is based on a percentage of the circulating supply, every print. So it's roughly around, let's just for argument's sake, it's roughly around 1% of EMP circulating supply is printed in the boardroom, every print, if we are roughly around, say, 1.01 1.03 to 1.05 TWAP, so above PEG. So if that happens, if you can imagine, every time we print, we're basing it on circulating supply, and then every time we print, the circulating supply goes up because we just printed 1% more. So every time we print, the circulating supply continues to go up, and that 1% continues to be a higher amount of EMP because the circulating supply is rising. It means that there's always extra value being added in the boardroom, meaning that there's extra value being added in ESHARE, meaning there's extra value being added onto the farms. And that's where the beauty of the EMP ecosystem, really shines, is that as a community, and I think as a seigniorage project community, we do it better than anyone else. I mean, if you look at Tomb's liquidity, for example, Tomb's liquidity right now in their native token is about 6 million. Our liquidity is 21 million. Tomb's liquidity is 6 million of a market cap of 40 million. Yes, they have a higher liquidity, however, a higher market cap, but their liquidity is, what's that, roughly about 12%, 13%, 14%, or 15% of their market cap. Our liquidity is 85%. And why that matters is because if you can think the market cap is just the number of tokens times the value of those tokens, that's the volume that needs to shift through the liquidity. If it was to all sell at once, which we never will, but if you can think 5%, 10%, whatever it is, needs to shift through that. We have such a massive amount of liquidity there to absorb that. It means that our liquidity pool can absorb sell pressure, meaning that we can stay above PEG a lot easier than pretty much any other seigniorage project on any other chain. And so as a community, if we continue to do what we do in terms of positive actions to remain above PEG, buying EMP or reinvesting in a positive way, it really doesn't matter what the market is doing. And I think LA said it best, is a long-term mindset is key. Ethereum will go up. I mean, Ethereum 2.0 is currently scheduled to launch in August. They've got a really important milestone happening today. If it all goes to plan, then we're going to see some massive appreciation. And if we maintain above PEG, that's just going to reap massive rewards for everyone here.
And I believe it passed today, so.
Excellent.
Amazing. Another mic drop moment from another community member. Matiu, that was amazing, brother. And yeah, well, again, if that was a little bit over, some of your heads, I know a lot of you like the really detailed math approach on things. Me, for one, I mean, that gets me more excited than anything when I can actually, because numbers don't lie, and that's really what it boils down to. The health of the ecosystem is all there for everybody to see. There are no smoke and mirrors. I heard some soft FUD a few weeks ago that, we manipulate PEG with the treasury and all this other shit. But that's not true. It's our liquidity that is just such a massive part of what we're doing. Like Matiu said, to have, 21 million in liquidity, again, a little bit less right at the very moment just because ETH pulled back. But I can't express to all of you how important that metric is in the protocol, and to have more than double what Tomb has, and again, any other seigniorage protocol that has a much longer track record than we do. I mean, if that doesn't get you, excited for the future, I don't know what will. So, yeah, Matiu, thanks for that awesome feedback, and I love your new profile picture, man. That Maori design. Shout out to all of our Kiwis out there. So, yeah, man. All right, cool. Anything
Cheers,
else?
brother.
Yeah, Bull, you want to add anything? Cheers to you too, bro. Yeah. Bull?
No, bro,
Okay.
that's called what I call a Matiu-matic mic drop. So I think that's a perfect place to end it. I mean, incredible, Matiu-matic mic drop, and that's it.
Can I add one more thing?
Please,
Is that all right?
yeah, absolutely,
Can I add one
bro.
more thing?
Yep,
Okay.
we got plenty of time.
Okay.
I got more time for you than anybody, man. Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
Since we're talking about long-term kind of focus, and I know this was talked about on a couple of AMAs in terms of the importance of the community around EMP, and I also believe what we're building here as a community, if you can imagine the investment opportunities with EMP right now are pretty amazing. And we've managed to, and this is credit to AJ and the team, we've managed to gather educated investors or people that want to be educated, want to be good actors. A large majority of us want to have a long kind of investment timeline, and that we're going to be in crypto for a while. And I think we're all feeling very lucky that we've landed in such a community, because there's a lot of bad ones out there, and you can get scammed, you can get rugged, but we've landed on our feet here in EMP. But in terms of being a community member, I see this opportunity as a community to be able to not just be part of EMP, whatever EMP evolves into. As a community, the most important thing we're building here is the actual community, because as EMP evolves, as the partnerships that it develops, as it's growing Impulse, a sister project, it will create another project. I mean, as a community, we have all these opportunities. If we stick together, we do the right thing, we have a long-term view, opportunities will come to this community that no other community will be exposed to, because we do what we do as a community. And so think beyond EMP, think of Impulse, think of all the other projects that are coming. We stick together, we do the right thing, we act in a good way, we think long term, and we be productive in an ecosystem. There is so much opportunity in the next year, 2, 3, 5, 10 years as a community if we continue to do what we do.
Perfect.
Yes, amazing, Matiu. Again, community is usually Bull's topic, but I couldn't have said it better myself, brother. And, we talk about it in a lot of AMAs, but, especially if this is your first crypto endeavor, like, you have no idea the knowledge that has been given for free in this group that 99% of crypto users never gotten. I know for myself, had I been involved in a project and a group like this from the beginning, it would have saved me literally hundreds and thousands of dollars. So there's no we can't put a value on that. But like Matiu said, even beyond EMP, or again, EMP will always be the mothership, but there'll be other tributaries that we can go down and we can capitalize on as a community, which at the end of the day puts more money in your pocket, because we have the power of community, and we get into projects that again have all the right things, a competent team, good economics. I mean, we have so much that is in front of us that, again, if you guys knew half of it, of what we're working on in the background, I mean, you would be losing your mind. So, all right, awesome, Matiu. Really appreciate all that, brother. And yeah, man, anything else? Again, feel free. All right, I think we're good. Bull, anything on your end? Any more questions? I know I got to check over on Discord as well, but go ahead, Bull.
No, I think we're good, and kind of just moving forward, like AJ said, the format of the AMA is going to shift a little bit, so it ends with the detonator rollover, community stuff at the beginning, but we'll try to keep it as short as possible for everybody. I might open it up early if AJ's not available, but try to end it right after the rollover so that everybody can get to their families, get to their in the real world stuff that they want to go do, if it's sleep or whatever it is. We're trying to look after you guys and us so we're not all sitting in here for 3 hours a night.
Yeah, absolutely. Great, Bull. And yeah, so why don't I'll say it now, and I'll post this in the main chat as well, but I usually take Fridays off anyway, and I already have, the next day or two scheduled. So we'll start the new time frame on Saturday. So Saturday will be an hour earlier for the AMA, and I'll make sure everybody is aware of all that, and we'll get into our new format. So all right, awesome. And one last.
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ellie. Yeah.
I just wanted to say we're already starting to get messages in the group of people who have received their merch and are loving it, and are saying what good quality it is, and that it's really soft and stuff. So I'm super pumped. Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah, LA, hell yeah. Again, man, I am the worst. I was supposed to say it at the beginning of the AMA. Please make sure you interrupt me next time and remind me. I'm going to put a giant post-it note on my computer to talk about the merch. So yeah, I saw that. I know Pro Degen got his. I don't know if he's on the AMA today. But he can give us a testimonial. But yeah, he ordered a hoodie. The inside is super soft. The quality is great. The EMP logo is nice and vibrant. It's got really good placement on the front. Like I said, I got the alpha for the first round of merch. We wanted to make sure that the quality was there, and yeah, all my shirts are killer. And yeah, amazing job, LA.
And just and just a little alpha for you guys. I was working with a couple people today on some really cool future designs that you guys are gonna freaking love. So I'm so pumped for those. So.
Amazing. I think I might know what one of them is, but I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, it's gonna be everything that you guys have been asking for, and me and LA were dying laughing about it. So yeah, I can't wait, LA. Totally.
Yeah. Yep. So if you haven't visited the merch store yet, it's emp-merch.com and get your orders in.
Perfect. Thank you, LA. And yeah, again, we on the new UI, we're gonna have a big merchandise button. We don't want to take time away to update the current website. We're almost there, so bear with us, but make sure you're getting the right links from our socials. And yeah, and then so also a percentage of those purchases will go back to buying EMP off the market. So we'll document all of that. So Pro Degen's here. Pro, are you there, bro? How's your hoodie? Oh, I thought he was.
Yep. He is.
Hey,
I am.
Hey, there he is.
I'm here.
All right, bro.
Yeah, the hoodie is awesome, man. I love it. It's super comfortable. It's a little hot out right now to be wearing it outside, but we keep it really cool inside, so it's nice to have around.
Perfect, bro.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
the
man.
logo pops if you get black.
Yeah, the darker colors really make the EMP logo look good. Yeah, it looks good on white too, but the gray and the black are where it's at for sure, man. And you got it in like less than a week, right? Or about a week? I feel like shipping was fast.
I ordered it on Thursday and I got it today. So
awesome, man. Right on, brother. Cool. Well, while we have you here, any other news on your end, or we're good to go?
Not right now. I will be releasing the giveaway for the Twitter raid here soon, but other than that, we're good to go.
All right, awesome, brother. So yeah, and we gave away our meme contest about a week ago through Twitter, and then we did the official meme contest in Discord, and those winners were selected. I believe it was yesterday. So those rewards went out as well. We're always doing contests and giveaways. Just make sure it's through our dedicated channels. We do not do airdrops. We do not do anything without mentioning it on all of our socials, so do not get scammed. We'll never do an ESHARE giveaway. Everything is an EMP, and even at that, again, you have to actually submit to get it through one of our contests. It will never be an airdrop, so be very, very careful out there. We've seen another round of scammers. And if you ever are suspicious, first of all, you should have your privacy settings to not accept, DMs. But even if you do, make sure that that you ask in the main chat if for somebody else to verify if it's really an admin. So again, never feel like you can't post that in the main chat area to protect yourself. So yeah, anything you want to add about that, Bull or Pro?
I was just gonna say, I posted the picture of the hoodie in the general chat so everybody can see it.
Perfect.
If they want to buy one.
Hell yeah, man! And we're gonna have some again, yeah.
The the Twitter rate giveaway, it's probably going to be different than just EMP or ESHARE. I kind of wanted to, but it's going to be coming from me. So, but I'll have like a mod review everything first. So we'll be good to go in a couple of days.
Yeah, man. No, that sounds good. Hit me up with Charlie, and we'll make it happen. So, all right, awesome. Bull, anything you want to add about security?
Just common sense. Use common sense. I know Couch will tell you that common sense is the least common of all the senses, but if it seems too good to be true, it is. Nobody needs your seed phrase to help you out with anything. Protect it like it's cash, because if you give it to somebody, they're going to steal everything you worked for. That being said, there is one person here that had their hand up yesterday. I don't know if they still have a question from yesterday. Chris, are you still wanting to ask a question from yesterday? Let's see. I know he had his hand up raised yesterday, and then kind of was out, but maybe he isn't around. Chris?
Yeah, no, you guys answered everything, so I'm good. I DM'd you back.
Okay, man. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I always acknowledge when I see somebody.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bro. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, AJ, I think we're good, bud. We got it. I think everything's wrapped up for the night, so everybody can get on with their day or night wherever they're at in the world.
All right, sounds great. Yeah, no, that was another great AMA. Lots of really good info. Again, there's always some really amazing hidden gems in these AMAs. Please take some time and listen to old AMAs. You'll be really surprised at what little nuggets of info you'll get by doing that. Again, we're going to get better about engaging in the comments within our own videos, and we're really pushing the YouTube channel. So please make sure you're sharing it with people. It's a great resource. Again, I know a lot of people are visual learners, and so with not only audio but visual with our other videos on there that actually walk you through it, or the Academy. I mean, those are all great resources to post. So, all right, awesome. Well, again, a bull shout out to you, brother. My co-host with the most, always here with us, making it possible. Shout out to everybody that was on the show today. We appreciate it. One last thing I want to mention too. I know it's a little bit late, but we are trying to turn these recordings into a podcast as well. So if any of you have podcast experience on uploading it to Spotify or Apple, reach out to us. I think that'd be another awesome way to get our reach out there. And yeah, we're always looking to expand the team. If you think you can offer your expertise in marketing or development work, we're always hiring developers, both full stack blockchain developers and front end React specific developers. So and yeah, if you have other expertise, we'd love to hire within. We are growing and we're getting ready to scale massively. So awesome time at EMP.Money. So, all right, everyone, that's going to do it. I'm going to wrap it up. Bull, any last words?
No, bro, you smashed it again.
All right, brother. All right, love you guys. We're gonna we'll do it all over again tomorrow. So, good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.